why were 14 out of the top 75 wealthiest individuals in the entire world born in one country in one decade? Hey everybody, welcome back to Why Should I Read That? I'm John, this is episode 13. Today is the book Outliers, The Story of Success by Malcolm Gladwell. And an outlier is someone or a man or woman who is outside of the ordinary. Either massively good or massively bad, just totally outside of the ordinary is an outlier. And Gladwell says that most of the time we assume that the personal talents that someone has, their attributes, the physical abilities that they have, those things are the only thing that is responsible for their massive success. And that's what we come to believe in the United States. Someone pulls themselves up by their bootstraps. They're a self-made millionaire. They did it all by themselves. They pushed through the odds. And while all those things have a place, they are not the entire story, as you'll read in the book. There are things that, like your family background, the style of parenting that your parents used on you, the time and place in which you were born, all these things come together to enable you to use your world-class ability in the pursuit of your goals and dreams. So let me ask you this question though. Why were 14 out of the top 75 wealthiest individuals in the entire world born in one country in one decade? Can you imagine that? 20% of the wealthiest people the entire world over, all of human history, all those people, 20% of the top 75 wealthiest people were born between 1830 and 1839 in the United States of America. That's ridiculous. That's phenomenal. It's mind-blowing. John D. Rockefeller, J. Paul Getty, Andrew Carnegie, George Pullman, all these people were born in the United States between 1830 and 1839. And they are not fantastically more ambitious than everybody else in the entire world. No, they had the opportunity to take advantage of the Industrial Revolution between 1860 and 1870 area. They built their wealth on railroads and oil and the opportunity that was present during that time. So there were forces outside of their control that allowed them to use their natural talents to the best of their ability. Someone who would be the best basketball player, but was born in the 1600s, I'm guessing never made it to the NBA. Makes sense, right? So anyway, what Gladwell talks about is that in order to really understand success, there are more factors at play than simply one's ambition. But that doesn't take away my responsibility and your responsibility to become world-class in the area that we would like to excel in. So Gladwell talks about something called the 10,000 hour concept. And that means 10,000 hours of practice in one area means that someone becomes a world-class talent. They become a master in that area. A band like the Beatles, a business owner like Bill Gates, they took advantage of the opportunities that they were given to put those 10,000 hours of practice in order to become world-class in their areas. Bill Gates, the wealthiest man in the world right now, had 10,000 hours of computer programming experience by the time he was 21. That's mind-blowing. I'm 21 right now. The only thing I have 10,000 hours of experience in is picking strawberries or weeding or something like that. It's ridiculous. I grew up on a farm. He grew up in a city of Seattle, Washington, and when he was in school, he had access to a computer that was very rare at that time. During his college experience, during one part of his schooling, he only had access to a high enough class computer between 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. But he still got up in the middle of the night to go program for 3 hours because he liked it so much. It was his passion. He was so excited about it, and he took advantage of that opportunity. And it has served him well, obviously. What I'm encouraging you guys to think about is what area you and I can choose to put our 10,000 hours towards. Because we only have a finite number of hours on this earth, and we want to make use of the time that we do have. And then when you do that, be careful of comparison, because we can become discouraged if we compare our weaknesses or our abilities to someone else's strengths or someone else's world-class abilities. Someone who is in a band and compares themselves to the Beatles may not realize that the Beatles played 1,200 live shows, some of them as long as 8 hours, during their preparation time before they ever came to the United States and swept the charts. The Beatles had so many hours of experience as live performers that when they began in the United States, again, they were able to rock it right to the top. Stop comparing your weaknesses to other people's strengths. It's unfair to yourself. It's an apples to oranges comparison. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really encourage you to go pick out Outliers. It is a vibrant romp of storytelling. It's just so much fun to read this book because Malcolm Gladwell illustrates everything with real-life individuals. So, I'll catch you next week for episode 14. We will see you then. I'll link myself on all the social medias below. Talk to you later.